Welcome back to another war video here. We're against XK9 Brotherhood, so at this point these were Masters rank 3. So they were very much pushing. It's about to be a very close war come the end of it. Here we changed the path slightly after we first assigned them, and I ended up moving on to path 4 and then path 7 with one mini boss to do. The first fight here for me was the shared Havoc. Again, this Havoc's a little bit of a pain for some people. The heavy hitter node and the I can't think of the node name. There, it steals your power alternator. That's the one. So here again, we're going into this war. I've turned on Resonate Mastery at this point, just to help out with AQ, because I have the what's yours is mine node to deal with quite a few fights in AQ. It also helps Warlock here, as you can see, because you're constantly power draining people while you've got an infection up, and they're trying to regen the willpower off from Resonate. Here, this fight's mainly about reparrying and or intercepting. I like to throw off special 1s with Warlock here, just rather than try and save to a special 2 and hope I can time it right with the power alternator. Here, again, this kind of depends on what sort of Havoc you come up against, if the AI is being nice or not. Because sometimes you'll just do 5 hits or 4 hits and a heavy at the end, and you have to try and dodge everything and try and stay out of your own corner. And other times he just kind of comes at you a few times, gives you really good opportunities to do that sort of thing and react to the medium. Even if you can't parry, you can react, or you can reparry like that and stun them and give a few combos in there sort of thing, just to try and give yourself some distance and force them back. But as you can see, I'm forcing them back to their own corner here. They've done a heavy attack, that's unstoppable, can't go near that. And it's just a pretty long but pretty simple fight in terms of war and how it can go. Again, Havocs can catch people out here, especially if they're not a normal Havoc counter where you put an armor up on them or whatever. So yeah, that was literally just my section 1 done. Just nice and easy, one quick fight, relatively small boosted as per normal. Use my energy there and then wait until the next morning. So here, after watching that crap show of a Human Torch fight last war, the officers decided to still let me have this node 26 encroaching stun and stupefy Terrax here. Now, because it's not duped, it won't start with any power or the rock stacks or whatever it is active, so I can literally just go in with magic, use a special bar 1 start, just to try and get myself to a special 2 as soon as possible, and just start power locking them and just carry the fight out like this. I've never done this fight with magic before, so I was quite cautious when I went for the first special 2 and on the encroaching stun timer, even though it's power reserve, so you only lose 50% of a bar of power. So as you can see here, I kind of just draw it out a little bit, just because I'm wanting to wait for this timer to get a little bit closer so I can throw the special 2. I think I start attacking now. There you go. So throw that. I realize, oh, okay, I'm back to a special 2. I'm pretty sure I wasn't running any Mystic Dispersion at this point, so I was trying to figure out how I was constantly getting back this second bar of power. But then I realized it was just because the power reserve was only taking a bar of power off me, but then I was also stealing like a bar of power back off them. So that time was pretty close there, as you saw. But it's just a pretty easy few hits, dash back, parry, throw a special 2, dash back, parry, throw a few hits, special 2, and just keep Terrax pretty much in the corner like that. Yeah, again here, just continuously going for it. There's nothing really to worry about. Just watch the timer here, back up, throw the special 2, and yeah, the fight's done. For whatever reason, I've pressed parry there, but it's just not registered. But we all know how the bug is at the moment nowadays, especially in war. It's a little bit of a nightmare. So cleared that fight off there with magic, and we're going to go into this Nova here on path 7. This has the knockdown node as well as spite, so if you knock them down, they have 4 seconds, I think it is, where they gain power if they hit you into their block. This doesn't really hurt too much with Doom because you really want to put them into the Doom cycle as soon as possible. So if they get up to a special 3, as long as you're going up to a special 3 at about the same time, it's quite beneficial, just so then you can do the normal medium, medium, light, medium, medium, end your combo there, and just kind of recycle the normal pattern as you do. So there you go. Throw the first special 3 here. Wait the long but really nice Doom animation out for this. It does a decent amount of damage. We go into the next phase of the Doom cycle here, so put them to special 3, steal that with the special 1, and again just try and recycle, get back up to that special as soon as I can. And there I just decide to throw it. There's not really much harm, he's going to die at this point anyway. So yeah, Nova's pretty easy on almost all of the nodes that you can Doctor Doom them on, because by the time you've got to that special 3, for the second time at least, you've got the second Fury, and they don't really ever survive with the health pools, even in tier 1. Here I move up to this Domino, but don't fight it just yet. I let these boosts expire, just because I wanted to save up enough energy and to make sure that I could get through this and the next fight while only throwing a 1 invulnerability boost onto the next fight. So as you can see here, the rest of the battle group have cleared quite a few of their fights. There's this Domino left, and then Bishop on polka dot power. So I boost up a little bit bigger here, just because I was a bit cautious of this Bishop. Now he's been buffed, that special 1's a little bit annoying. It can apply Incinerates onto you, and obviously Warlock isn't Incinerate immune. So we'll get through this Domino first anyway, using an invulnerability boost just in case she starts hitting into the block a lot to gain up to a special 3. I don't really want to take a special 3 of direct damage. I'm used to doing that over the past few seasons when she was always on the path 7 spite node. So here we go, it's going to the fight here. Normally when she goes to hit you with the medium, or the light even, sorry, and you parry it, it does tend to power drain them a little bit. It's the same with like Havocs. So here, just got to be more careful, because every time she gets a bar of power, she gains more attack, she gains more power gain. I think there's also some crit chance as well that goes up. Ability accuracy, I think, so she should be going lucky a little bit more often than normal here, because she's unduped as well, so the crit fail won't exist. I don't need to worry about a crit failure anywhere. Just dodge this special 2 here while she's lucky. Just maybe try and stay away, because I want to throw a special 2. There we go, put that on, put a few armor breaks on. Hopefully we can do a nice little bit of damage in the meantime. But as you can see there, the crit resistance and stuff's already gone up quite a few times because of the aspect of evolution node. So here I'm kind of trying to keep them relatively power drained without throwing the special 1. There's not really much need to, especially at the moment. Domino seems to be quite nice most of the time, wanting to throw a special 2s. She only tends to be a bit more stingy if there's like a power gain buff on her in any way, sort of thing, where it's just like, oh, I'll just sit there and make sure I do some really good damage through the special 3. Otherwise, special 1, special 2, she's normally pretty good with them. You just have to watch out for the lucky. I think, yeah, there you go, the evade there. And that's that fight done. So again, no problems for this war sort of thing doing the main fights. It's just this mini boss here that, again, I'm pretty cautious of. Not done Bishop too many times since his buff. I know that obviously he, with his abilities before anyway, if he started the fight with 0 prowess, 0 bars of power even, sorry, his special attacks should be unblockable. The main thing here was, while I've got the invulnerability boost, don't parry and try and bait the special 2s where I could. just because obviously the special 2 won't put on incinerating anything on me. So if I do have to take one of them to the face, then I'd rather do that while I've got the indestructible boost active and not have to worry about it, than take the special ones and just have to deal with trying to dodge away from them all the time from the incinerators, because it's only if they're in a certain gap, as you'll see here from the timer that kind of appears under above Warlock all the time. When they've got the steady release going from Bishop, if you're near them, then you get the incinerate on you. So here, annoyingly, I got a low power, so I just decide to stop trying to do the combo just in case an input messes me up and I get parried or something. And Bishop is, I've noticed it anyway, is very, very special 1 happy. He's not really ever bothered about saving a special, or even if you're in blocking, quite often they'll just throw the special 1 at you. I don't know whether that's just something that's changed recently. I never really tended to notice it before. Whether now because he got buffed a little bit and it does the incinerate damage, maybe that's just the way, I don't know. Here, I'm just trying to get down the fight. I tried to go in a little bit too early there with to retaliate on the heavy attack, and got hit by the second part, so that's one of my 3 indestructible charges gone. But we're getting down the fight. It's taking a little bit of time, obviously, because Warlock gets no power. I don't want to put a bleed onto Bishop in any way. I'm pretty sure that causes some form of like degeneration or something if you bleed them. So yeah, here we go for the 3rd or 4th time this fight, another special 1. So just keep our distance. Even though earlier in the fight I put the incinerate on, I still don't really want to take that damage if I don't need to, just because there's still a quarter of this Bishop's health left, and I'd rather not try and force any mess ups or anything if I can. Just keep playing it smart, and safe, the way we have been doing so far. Here, I kind of block up and hold up a little bit here. I want to build up an infection on him. So here we go. The infection should come now, just as the weakness is back on them again. So there'll be some slight power drain, while at the same time I'm actually giving them power from hitting them. So I'm just kind of waiting for my chance here, and we get the KO. So yeah, that's my war for this war done. I was looking at doing this Ebony more, and then I was like, no, we've got a Human Torch that's coming for it later. At this point, we sadly died at 45 fights, so our streak of 195 fights without dying ended. But yeah, so this alliance here was very, very close, took us to the wire. It ended 5-4. Thank you very much for watching.